stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Hello. Yeah, I'm live. Doing something, fucking hello, yeah. It's the word of the day. Word of the day. Did you guys ever watch Pee-wee's Playhouse? So word of the day is fuck. Ah! Every time you hear it, you gotta yell. I'm nervous about doing this one. I'm just gonna let people know. Sorry. There's some friends, if they text me, I text them right away, and that is one. Hi, Amber. See, I'm not working or anything, so if my phone goes off, I can answer, right? So I'm doing this one, and then I have been told that I am to take the rest of the day off. That has been ordered by my wife. She's like, she's like, Dion, you need to decompress. So that's what I'm going to do. I'll do my best. Do my best. But this has been coming up today, and I've been fighting it. Oh, I didn't share this on Facebook yet. Let me take care of that. Got a new podcast out. Not really a new one, though. Not really new. It's actually like 3 years old now. Actually, almost 3 years old to the day. So I'm just going to put this in the Trudging Together family, because it's kind of a trudging together thing. I run Trudging Together, and The thing is, I like we things because it includes more people, even if I'm the one doing the work. There's nothing better than getting I asked and he's not ready for a sponsor. It's okay. It's all right. I should not have said that out loud, but you don't know who I'm talking to, so I'm gonna just shut up on that. Yeah, I feel good about the moves that we're making. It makes more sense. My wife agrees. So the next thing is to get $5,000 together. I'll do it. I'll get it. I'll do it. One way or another, I'll do it. Even if I have to go get a personal loan, then I'm going to do it. I have the numbers. I wouldn't do it if it would affect my wife and things like that. So, of course, what I did is I went to Google to ask, but the reason that I'm doing this is, well, I can never really beat around the bush. I'm not good at doing that. I'm in a position where I don't want to say that I have power, but I do have influence. Who is this calling me? Incoming suspected call. So I'm just going to decline it. But both my pastor and my sponsor, I've done things in the past, but it wasn't really leadership. I'll give you an example. I don't know if you know what LARPing is. It stands for live action role play, and we call it cosplay now. That's where people. Okay, now I wrote a whole thing on LARPing. It was a whole system. Well, not me. It was a friend of mine and I. And yes, I wrote a book. I've written two actually, because you had the player's handbook and then you had to have the guide. So we actually wrote 2 books. And there was a lot of moving parts to that, probably about as many as what I'm doing now, because you have races, you have classes, you have all sorts. How are you going to represent magic? Who takes damage? How do you take damage? Are there people that don't want to fight that should fight? You know, you have to take all these things into accountability. And I get a couple hundred people show up and I have to make storylines behind all these things. So this is nothing unusual for me. And with everything going on right now, did I do introductions? Welcome to Daily Trudge. I'm Dion. If you're here, please say hello. There, we're done. Okay. But I kind of feel like everything that I've been doing, that I've done in my life, is coming to a head. Everything from installing phone switches to writing books to contracts to being a drug and alcohol counselor, digging ditches. Flipping, I interviewing people on radio, being on TV. So I'm here kind of for your help. Okay. Because I've never been in this position. And there's a part of me fighting. It doesn't want to be the leader. I want to be in the middle of the herd, safe with everybody else. Now that doesn't really exist because I am in the herd with everybody else. So a leader is not somebody that is above other people. That is one thing I will not do. Hey, just Bren and friends. I like that. You had a great share today. I know what you say here when you leave here, let's stay here, blah, blah. Okay. I'm not going to say what you said, but you had a really good share today. And I appreciate your honesty. I take a lot of my values from a book that I read, and it's actually a fantasy book. Okay. King Arthur. Okay. King Arthur and Merlin. And it's fantasy. They didn't exist, by the way. Okay. Some people get confused. The Knights of the Round Table, they were great people, but they didn't exist. Okay. They weren't real. But the concept behind the Knights of the Round Table was this. Nobody was the boss, but King Arthur was the king, right? So he was the leader. And what he did is he found out what the knights were good at, what their passion was, and then that's what he did for them. Now, here's the thing. When you work with people's passions, you've got to kind of know all of them, don't you? You do. And as a leader, you cannot ask somebody to do something that you have not already done or doing yourself. Not willing to do, but have done. Okay. Or currently doing. A leader does, okay. Oh, it's good to see you. Thank you. I know you were busy, so thank you for going out of your way. See, it's moves like that make me feel good. All right. So I brought some things up. If I'm off, please let me know. Because what I'm not going to do is tell people what to do. But the mistake I am making, I'm making a mistake. I'm not guiding people. That I'm okay with. See how we took a different word and now I'm okay with it, but it's kind of the same thing. I'll give an example because Amber's here. I was saying there was something, chair and thing, and Amber said, "Hey, Dion, why don't you make a calendar and have people sign up for it?" Okay. Now in my brain, it was like, well, then why doesn't somebody just fucking do it? That's not being a leader. What she was saying was, Dion, you're not giving any direction. And people don't want to fuck with your baby. People don't want to fuck with what I'm doing because I've put a lot of work into it. And that I appreciate. So let's get to some of this. Good leaders have a combination of innate qualities. What is innate? You're born with it. You cannot create something that is innate. And learn skills that help them guide. See, here we are. Guide, inspire, and influence others. That's exactly what I do. If they added one more word in there, advocate. I advocate. I talk very, very loudly. I don't do that because I do not recover loudly for the people that cannot. No. You've got to speak your own voice at some point. But what I'm willing to do is create a safe area for you to do that. Do that, right? And if I can help you to get there, then you're a leader too. All right. Okay. Communication. I got to get a little bit better at this. Communication clearly and effectively, articulating their vision, goals, and expectations. They also listen actively and empathetically to their team members. Now, I was only doing half of that. Okay. What I was not doing is I did not communicate clearly and effectively of my vision, my goals. And that's what I'm putting together now so that other people know my vision and my goals. They can say, oh, okay, now I've got this and I've got that and I've got that. See, I was missing a step in order to help people get there. Okay. It's okay to realize that you're missing something, because if you realize that you're missing something, you know what you could do? Change it. Okay. So what does this do? It helps me realize, okay, where am I off? Because if I'm off here, that's where I need to focus. Because some of these other things I do naturally. It's innate. I don't have to think about it. Resilience. Oh, Jesus. People, do you know how many people have told me that I have no patience? Do you know what I have no patience for? People telling me that I have no patience. I will actually put my foot up your butt. I don't have any patience. I've been doing this 4 years and I haven't made a dime. I've had to wait and wait and wait and wait. In God's will, yes, I am actually extremely patient. No. Now, if I'm talking to you, yesterday somebody said, hey, Dion, I need to talk to you after the meeting. Okay. I haven't seen him since. You know, he asked me for it straight, and I told him, like, you can't do this stuff half-assed, man. And you're doing it half-assed. It won't work. You got to go all the way in. You got to trust in God. Well, that's not going to work. Okay. This person has been around for a little while. So good leaders are able to adapt to changes. I'm very good at adaptation. I've had to all my life. Okay. When you spend your teenage years in group homes, I've had to do nothing but adapt. Okay. In fact, I'm working on a book right now. I'll work on that this afternoon, actually. It's called Finding Home. And you know exactly what I'm saying. I don't even need to describe what the book's about. It's about my life story, how I never felt at home anywhere until I found God. And then I figured out what home was. I'm home. Wherever I am home. Why? Because I should be safe. I should be welcoming. I should be compassionate. Overcome setbacks and see tasks through until the end. They also have a positive attitude and focus on solutions, not problems. Now, I don't always have the best attitude. I will say that. Okay. But I am very much about solution. I'm solution oriented. If we sit down and we're talking about a problem, if we are not planning on talking about a solution, I'm not going to talk about the problem because there's no point. Now, if that conversation is going to lead to a solution, I'm all about it. Even if it's a hard conversation, if it means we're going to get to the right thing, if it means that we're going to argue a little bit, that we may even get a little angry at each other, but we get to the right place, then yes. You bet I'll do it. That's not a problem for me. You know, think about it. We're all resilient, or we wouldn't be alcoholic. We wouldn't be here. Well, here's the big one: empathy. I've just always had it. I've always had it. So, tell you a little story about December 4th, 1977. As I know the date, it's not hard. I was 7. It was my mother's birthday. No, it was 8 then. I would have been 8. So no, I was 7. So it would have been December 4th, 1976. Okay. Anyway, it doesn't matter. My dad at the time had told me that my mother was not getting a birthday cake for her birthday. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to tell you. I remember what I was thinking. Okay. And maybe it wasn't this word, but bullshit. My thought was this. Well, you got a cake, Dad. I got a cake. My brothers and sisters got cakes all year. But Mom, the one person that takes care of us all, doesn't get a cake. Fuck that. That's empathy. I did the wrong thing. You know what I did? I ran away. I was back home, safe, sound. Okay. Oh, don't worry about that part. But do you know what happened? She got a cake. 2 things there. Okay. Now, everybody thinks I tell that because I was a selfish 7-year-old kid who wanted cake. No, that wasn't it. No, you were treating my mother badly, and I would not tolerate it. No, I didn't fuck who you were. I would not tolerate it. And if it meant that I had to go to the extreme to get what I want, I was willing to do it then. I would put myself at my own risk for a birthday cake for my mother, yes. Okay. Because I thought about it, I'm like, well, if I didn't get a birthday cake on my birthday, I would feel pretty shitty, wouldn't I? That's empathy. I don't want you to hurt either. Even the people that fuck with us or whatever, right? I don't want them to hurt either. I don't. I mean, it's going to happen. But if I can help, I'm going to. Good leaders understand their team's struggles and empathize with their clients' challenges. Okay. I will do empathy all day, but I will not do sympathy. And I'll tell you why. Because I focus on solutions, not problems. I don't do sympathy. Sympathy means I'm going to re-traumatize myself. And sorry, I love you, but not like that. Put a little meatloaf out. Now, I'm going through this, and yes, I'm seeing how it applies to Dion. There's a part of me that is not convinced. Okay. And it is the belligerent part of me. Because people have always told me, no, you're not. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm like, yeah, but I am. About the only person in my life that I've known all my life that didn't understand was my mother. And she's like, yeah, Dion, you're going to go on to do really good things. Is what she always said to me. So, but when it comes to other people, yeah, I'll hold space for you. You're worth my time. Anybody here, anybody that is willing to sit down with Dion, the end, because I'm the house of the end of the block person. If you've made it to me, this is what I think. If you have made it to me, you're in fucking trouble. You need help because God led you to me. And I'm a solution person, right? If you hang out with me too long, you might get well. That's how I am. I was talking to Pastor Marsha, and I'm bringing this stuff up because it's uncomfortable. She said, Dion, you're the kind of person when you walk into a room, everybody knows. Everybody knows. You don't have to say do anything. They all know that you've walked into the room, and it's true. The eyes always turn towards it. People stare at me, especially when I wear my purple shirt. It isn't staring of, oh, he's a good looking guy, because that's not it. I don't know what it is either. But I carry God with me. Maybe it's God. I don't know how to pinpoint that. Okay. There are times I've been sitting, this happened to me just a few months ago. I was sitting in a in-person meeting. Somebody came walking, they opened the door, they looked directly at me, and they left. I'm the person, when I go to a meeting, they'll literally let me double down, but nobody else is allowed to. Mm-mm. See, it makes it tough because I'm just like everybody else. I don't see me the way you see me. In my head, I'm fucked up. In my head, I'm fucked up. I look in the mirror and I see a good guy, but I don't see a leader changing community. But I am, you know. And I think part of being a good leader is that the team takes the credit. I don't feel that because when you help other people, it takes a tribe. So one individual person cannot take credit. If anybody needs to take credit for somebody's recovery, it would be your own recovery. But I cannot stake claim to other people's actions. Okay. But it finally hit me. It's kind of like the third step. And it was Daryl that helped me get there. Thank you, Daryl. See, sponsors are good for something. Right? Every now and again, you get something good from your sponsor. So I was just kidding. And it's like the third step for me. Okay. And this is how I explain the third step to my sponsees. I'm like, we're about to open a door. I'm going to give you a key. This is actually more second step, but I do it during the third. And I tell them this is what I'm going to do. If you want me to hold your hand, I'll hold your hand while we're walking. If you just want me to walk beside you, I will. I will clear away the ground a little bit for you so you can see what's going on. I will show you where the door is. I will hand you the key. I will even show you how to work the key. But what I cannot do is open the door. I can't open. It's your door. It is impossible for me to do that. But I will be with you every step of the way. Now, when you walk through that door, I'm going to be gone. And it's going to be you and God. And then you're going to find out that your higher power had your ass all along, footprints in the sand. Same thing here. Right? And if I can correlate it with that, then my brain's like, because what am I? I'm an alcoholic. And what's wrong with me? My brain. This is the one that I hear a lot. Actually, I hear these words a lot. Authenticity. I'm extremely transparent. Even when it comes to these homes, I will post on the wall of every home where every cent was spent. I don't want to hear any, because what I'm not going to do is create something that other people can start to question, if that makes sense, because I don't have time for it. I'm focused on solutions, not problems. Now, lately, I've been getting frustrated, but I'm okay with it now. See, and God bless Daryl. He was saying it earlier when we were talking earlier, and was saying, Dion's been doing this for 4 years. I'm gonna tell you, you don't know half. You don't know it, because some of the stuff that I do, unless you're clinical, you're gonna be like, we don't care, Dion. But because it's not your area, you're like, yeah, okay. But without those relationships, I won't be able to get done what I need to get done. Right. So, don't relationships take time? Yeah. I mean, Ingrid, how long did you listen to me before we were friends? Probably well over a year. Yeah, well over a year. But part of my frustration has been I tend to forget that no, I didn't do cosplay. I made cosplay cool. I'm talking to Shane. He's our producer, and I told him a geek is just a nerd who doesn't get good grades. And he's like, "Oh, I must be a nerd." I'm like, "I'm geek all the way." I said, "But I made cosplay cool because I did. I went through a lot of. Do you know how many people made fun of us? Now it's cool to be a geek. You're welcome." Yes, I helped do that. You bet. All right, doesn't matter. Is it really me? No, but there was a whole group of us, and I'm a leader, and it doesn't matter. So good leaders act in a way that represents who they truly are. I didn't finish what I was saying. So all these things that I do, I'll give you an example because he and I talked about it. I brought up spaghetti dinner and he brought up people don't want to walk into the church. I'm like, you know, that's what was my first reaction. I'm like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? But what he's saying is a good point. But I figured that out 2 years ago. Okay. Well, that goes back to communication. And I did not communicate what my intentions, I did not clearly and effectively articulate my vision and goals and expectations. Yes, there are expectations. You bet there is. We call them reasonable expectations. Like wash your dish when you're done eating. That's a reasonable. Take the trash out when it's full. Those are reasonable expectations. Right? It was something I learned in customer service from one of my managers. It was the only thing that he ever helped me with. Other than that, he was a horrible manager. Right? So that's part of what I was going through. And now I remember, hey, Dion, so it's not on other people. It's on me and my communication, right? Thank you, Brian. All right, so authenticity. Good leaders act in a way that represent who they truly are. They show their true selves to their team members, and team members come to rely on them. You're not going to get any other Dion than the one you got right now. I cannot fake being me. I can't fake being something else anymore. It just I will literally if that happened, I would literally go crazy. My initials are DM, which means I am the official dungeon master. I don't even need the books to run a D&D game. No. Just let's grab a piece of paper. We'll get you some stats and some dice. I'll make the rest up. It's about an adventure. It's about chance. I've actually written adventures for Dungeons and Dragons. They turned it down, but it was a great adventure. All right. So authenticity, so I have to be, what I call it is transparent, and I am. Am I an open book? Yes. Here? No. I'll tell you everything that's going on in my life. Some things are personal. Okay. But let's use the example of sex. A year ago, I would have told you to piss off. But you know how helped me kind of get over that? Amber and Ingrid. And it wasn't a big deal. See, the problem is Dion's inappropriate mind. That's what it was. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I have to, and I was authentic about that. I'm like, I don't like talking about because I'm still pretty, can I tell you something? I'm actually shy by nature. I'm an introvert. But if you go take my personality test, I'm an ENFP, which is an extrovert. But I'm not really an extrovert. I have to force myself to do some things. This, not so much anymore. I'm used to it. Okay. But it's that whole Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde thing. Between my alcoholism, my PTSD, my anxiety, and my depression, I have had to figure out who Dion is. Deep down in my fucking soul, man. And there were parts of me that are not okay. Okay. Like my danger. I'm very dangerous. I know how dangerous I am, and I pull that back. Every now and again, I let it out a little bit so that people know I'm serious. Okay. When I work with a sponsee, I explain why we're doing everything that we're doing. Right? Well, I need you to text me each night that you are sober. Yes. Why are we doing that? Why would I do it? What I'm doing is this is what I say, we're doing accountability, because what's going to happen is during the day, you're going to get thoughts of drinking. And instead, what I want you to come into your head is, I can't do that. I have to text Dion later. I can't do that. I need to go to an AA meeting. And they're like, oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, great. 29 is awesome. I'm 54. I'll play D&D. Okay. I've been playing D&D since 1978, 9. It would have been when I moved here. And actually, I didn't start with D&D. I started with a game called Gamma World. But that wasn't until we moved to Colorado, because before that, I lived in Utah, and you weren't allowed to put, they wouldn't even sell D&D books, dice, none of it. In fact, I didn't even know about Dungeons and Dragons until I moved to Colorado. The only thing I knew about football was the Dallas Cowboys. That's all I knew. Anyway, openness. Good leaders are receptive to new ideas and are flexible and adaptable. I love new ideas. If you have an idea and I hadn't thought of it and it's going to fit, I'm going to love you. Because you made my life easier. Because you made it better. I'm going to love that. That's what I do for other people. So when I get it in return, it's even better. Hey, Dion, I was thinking about you, so I did this. The theme song that you hear. Yeah, that was done because my niece loves what I do. And she wrote that and performed it when she was 17 years old. Okay. I love new ideas. Hey, Dion, that's good. Or taking an idea and making it better. I am all for it. Look how many times this has changed in just the last couple of weeks on the house. It's because we're figuring certain things out. And now we got it. I think we got it. Respect. I always talk about respect. If you, and I don't care who you are, I don't care if I don't even like you, okay? And there are some people in AA meetings I don't like, but I respect them because they are trying to be better people. There's some people, you know, when they share, it's great stuff. Outside of the meeting, they're dicks, but I still call them because they're good share. And it's about the newcomer, not who Dion wants to hear. Right? Isn't that why we're here? That's respect. That is respect. Okay. Do I trust you? No, you're an alcoholic. I trust you're human. That's as far as I go with trust. But I can give respect. Yeah, okay. All right. Example. Good leaders lead by example and show they are ready and willing to do anything they ask of their employees. I don't have employees, but it's the same thing. Our mantra for Trudging Together is leadership by example. It is the only way it can be done. It's the only way for me. Leadership by example is the only way I can get this done when it comes to addiction and recovery. It's the only way. Now, as an example, okay, I will not ask somebody else to do something that I'm either not doing myself or currently doing. Or maybe it's something new. So you know what I'm going to do in that? I'm going to ask you to teach me. That's what I'm going to ask you to do. You're probably still going to do it, but I want you to teach me. So that way, if something happens, I can cover you. I can help you out. Isn't that what we're here for? Right? Absolutely, huh, Brad? Yeah. I think it's just you and me left here. Everybody else knows what I'm like, so they're like, yeah, okay. Passion. God, I'm so tired of hearing that one. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to cover this first. Okay, passion. Good leaders are passionate and use that drive to motivate and inspire others. Yes, I do. I will get you fucking excited. I will. And if we don't have an outlet for that, you know what's going to happen? Do you know what's going to happen? You might go out and drink if I get you too excited and don't give you something to do about it. See, I have to be careful right there. What is the number one reason for relapse? Excitement. 84 says then we are much less worried of excitement, fear. It was excitement first. There's reasons those words come first. It wasn't by mistake. More people go out because something good happened because they thought they made it. I made it. Oh, you're going to hear it in an AA meeting. You say that. Oh, I think I made it. Made what? What'd you make? Breakfast? You know? So passion, we got to be careful about. We really do. Yeah, I love to motivate people and bring on. Here's the thing is, like, I do this, right? And I can tell you now, and it'll happen again soon. Dion, I want to go live. I want to do what you do. And then they never show up. It is not easy to do this. You want to know what the number one fear is? Public speaking. Number two fear, death. 3, the dentist. So weird. We would rather die than publicly speak. And I'm an introvert. So what's going on? It's my higher power. I don't need to be introverted or extroverted. I got God. Right? Yeah, there's a 12-second delay. I'm sorry. But I'm always willing. If you say something, I can always try and go back. Happens all the time. That's why these last 45 minutes, because we're here, then we're here, then we're here. But we all understand because we're all fucked up in the head. All right. All right, so this is what I was going to say about passion. Do not ever tell anybody you love their passion. Fuck you. Fuck that. No. You know what that means? It means you're calling them crazy. Hey, we got this going on and that going on, and it's great. And doing, oh man, I love your passion. And it's the only thing they say. They just called you fucking crazy. That's what they called you. Okay? So be careful with that word. Do I have passion for what I do? Yes. Am I passionate? Yes. But I'm going to hear what you say. It was like I was calling IOPs, intensive outpatient. There was this one place, and I know them. And so I called them and I talked to them about everything that we're doing. Okay. And I even said, I'm calling you with an opportunity. Those were my first words. I said it intentionally because I wanted to see if they were listening. And at the end, they said, yeah, we could send you referrals. I'm like, okay, great. Thank you. They will not get a call back. I don't need referrals. I don't need referrals. They're out in the fucking street. I just need to walk out my front door and I can fill houses. That's not a problem. That's not the problem. I said I called you with an opportunity. I'm going to tell you something. They're missing the opportunity. Okay? See, I didn't tell them the opportunity yet. I told them what we were doing. I'm even leery to say the opportunity here, but it's just me and Brandon, some friends. Okay? This is the opportunity for places that like treatment centers, recovery coaches, IOPs, peer support specialists, things like that, people that take insurance. My people, the people in our house, sorry, I need to replace that. The residents at our houses will have jobs through Adams County. Okay. Have you ever had insurance through the government before? It's the best insurance there is. Okay. So let's say I'm a recovery coach and I take insurance. Okay. Now, if you're Medicaid, I'm going to make $18. This other insurance, 90. Opportunity. See, I said opportunity. They weren't listening. So now now there is no more opportunity for them because they didn't want to. That means that they were typing or doing something else while they were listening to me. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we get passionate, but calling somebody I love your passion is, yeah, it is rude. Oh, I love your passion. See, it's name calling, just like saying somebody is toxic. Growth mindset. If we're not growing, we ain't doing what's right. No, they didn't want to hear it. And I'll explain that a little bit here in a second, Bren. Good leaders are always focused on their organization's common goal and overall mission. You know what that is? To stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety, to be of maximum service to God and the world around me. See, I've already got the growth mindset, right? All right. So yeah, Bren, here in Colorado, there's a lot of, let's just call it what it is, stupid fucking things going on. We're the worst state when it comes to addiction recovery resource services. When it comes to overdoses, yes, Colorado is the worst state in the country. Surprising, huh? Not really. Okay. Well, I've been going around reporting people because they're committing, because they're doing things wrong. See, when you get into this industry, you sign a piece of paper that says, if I see something and I don't report it and they find out, I lose my license. Oh, so, okay, I'll give you an example. Not one sober living here will ask me to speak at their sober living because I will tell them the truth and then they will lose their money. So, recovery coaches, they could take all the insurances. Now they're down to Medicaid because I took it away. They were abusing it. So I made some reports and we took it away. Next is to shut them down. There's people probably going to jail, lots of other things. So yeah, I'm the Robin Hood of recovery. I take money from the people putting it in the wrong place, and I put it in the right place. Just like next year, we're going to be in legislation. So the reason is, Bren, is because they don't like me. I am the snitch. That's what they call me. Right, Dion's a snitch. What does that tell you right there? That's old behavior. Fine, if you want to call me a snitch, call me a snitch. Go ahead. I don't care. Right? I say thank you. What else can you say? Don't call me crazy. That's a pick your battles. Okay. If somebody is so close-minded that they say something like, I love your passion, then what goes through my brain is no more pearls for swine, motherfucker. Now you're going to get nothing from me. So I don't do or say anything, which is exactly what they will get from me. Nothing. Right? Yeah. See, for me, if I'm talking to somebody, it's for a darn good reason. If they don't have the same intentions as me or want to go the same route, I'm already done. So thank you for not wasting my time. Talk to somebody for 5 minutes. Oh man, I love your passion. Okay, well, I only wasted 5 minutes. Good for me. I'm going to go find the person that is going to help me. I got to be forward thinking. Or I can sit there like, man, fucking calling me names. Okay. Now, if you pass a boundary with me, like let's say you gaslight me, yes, I will confront you right then and there. Yes, I will. Yeah. Just go ask some noon meetings. Just go ask some noon meetings. So, we have about 4 people here, and nobody said that I was incorrect on anything. And I know my friends would say, hey, no, Dion, so I must be on the right path because we're a bunch of alcoholics with opinions and I didn't get any, which means I'm on the right path. See, that's how we can judge our process, judge our progress sometimes. Sometimes it's, they're trying. A lot of people run around putting other people down because they don't feel good about themselves. It's that, show me a man, I'll show you an anger problem. It has nothing to do with alcoholism. you know. Another trait that every single human being has. When we're not doing well, we will take it out on the people we love the most. And that's a human trait, not an alcoholic trait. Yeah. But I've been doing this for a long time. I've been watching people a long time. I can talk to you for 2 or 3 minutes to tell you what kind of music you listen to. I amaze people all the time. I'm like, you got this many kids. You're probably married to this kind of a person. It's because it's the same. Nobody is terminally unique. Nobody's getting away with anything, man. Okay. And people react a certain way. It's about reaction. You want to know what somebody is really like? Go take a ride with them. Let them drive in rush hour traffic. Then you'll find the true person. You want to know how I act? Same as I am right now. In fact, when I'm really fucking mad, you know what I do? I go for a drive because I don't want to hurt anybody, and it actually calms me down. It calms me down. Hey, Pat, good to see you. Good to see you. I was just wrapping up, dude, but thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's run through those again real quick. Let's do a, I'm trying to wrap up because, I got to pee, of course. So communication, you got to have good communication, but that's the part that I'm going to be working on next. Making sure that I clearly and effectively articulate my visions and goals and expectations. That's going to be a lot harder than people think. Actually, I'm going to have to divide it. So, resilience. Good leaders are able to adapt to changes, overcome setbacks, and see tasks through until the end. They also have a positive attitude and focus on solutions, not problems. Empathy. Good leaders understand their team's struggles and empathize with their clients' challenges. Authenticity. Good leaders act in a way that represents who they truly are. They show their true selves to their team members, and team members come to rely on them. Openness. Good leaders are receptive to new ideas and flexible and adaptable. Respect. Good leaders are receptive to good leaders treat others as they want to be treated. Okay. Well, I didn't quite cover that one because it says good leaders treat others as they would want to be treated. We're alcoholics. I haven't talked to you on the phone for 5 minutes yet, Brent. But I would probably lean towards something, I don't know about favorite band, but I would probably guess that you probably know the song Fake Plastic Trees. So respect, good leader. So if you spoke to me the way that I spoke to me, I'd fucking knock you out. So this is a little different for us. Respect is understanding that other people are trying to make it and you think that's cool. You think that's good. That's respect for us. Okay. But this whole treating others, that's the golden rule. Well, you heard what I said. And so it's up to you because I know you're like that too. All right. Example, good leaders lead by example and show they're ready, willing to do anything they'd ask of their employees. Was I close? Because that's a Radiohead song. That's what popped into my head. If it's not that, then you listen to country. Passion. Good leaders are passionate and use that drive to motivate and inspire their teams. Growth mindset. Good leaders are always focused on the organization's common goal and overall mission. All right. Time for me to go decompress. This will be the end of my day. So thank you everybody for being here. And Brent, you can let me know in WhatsApp or whatever. I'm probably off, but at least I took some guesses. See, it's hard for me not to know without talking to you for a couple minutes because I'm going to ask you qualifying questions like how old are you? That's the first thing I need to know. Because if you're younger than 25, you don't listen to rock and roll. You probably listen to that techno shit. See? So it's just a matter of narrowing down. When you go see a psychic, I'm doing the same thing. That's how I figure it out. It's just qualifying questions. So thank you for reposting that, Brent. I appreciate that. And thank you everybody for being here and and helping me. This was a big deal for me. And now I feel a lot more comfortable moving forward because none of my friends are saying, Dion, you're full of shit. So thank you very much. Thank you. I love you. I love you. Even if you don't love yourself yet. I got enough. You can take mine till you learn how to love yourself. I don't mind. I got enough. Nope, I was wrong. Ugh, okay. But I tried. I tried. Led Zeppelin? You guys, my favorite band. No. But one of my favorite bands is Live. So, yeah. Love Ed Kolchak. Love you. Peace out. I gotta go before I keep running my mouth. I love you. Peace out.